The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, March 10 reveal that Holden Novak will flirt with Claire Newman after Summer Newman most likely sabotages Kyle Abbott's plans. After overhearing Kyle on the phone with Claire, Summer may make it her mission to interfere in their evening together. It's clear that Summer is jealous and wants Kyle for herself, so it makes sense for her to resort to some sabotage games. Summer might manipulate the situation so that Diane Jenkins Abbott and Jack Abbott don't end up babysitting Harrison Abbott after all. Since Summer is supposed to handle an important Tokyo work call, she might make it so Kyle has to bail on his evening with Claire and put Harrison to bed. Then again, Summer might create some other emergency diversion that demands Kyle's attention. One way or another, it looks like Claire will be forced to fly solo when she orders a martini at the GCAC bar. After Claire tries out her drink, she'll mutter to herself about it being strong. Once Claire hints about James Bond being tougher than her, Holden will appear and express doubt about that. It looks like Holden will be dealing with a change of plans as well since he was supposed to fly back to Los Angeles ASAP. Holden's flight delay could give him an opportunity to get to know Claire with a flirty exchange. It might be interesting if Kyle deals with whatever hurdle Summer causes and joins Claire later. Kyle might react with some jealousy if he witnesses Holden turning on the charm with Claire and making her laugh. If Summer picks up on Holden's potential crush on Claire, she might even decide to play matchmaker. Regardless, Summer won't give up on reuniting with Kyle, so stay tuned for updates on any future schemes. As for Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers, they'll have to answer more riddles at the abandoned psychiatric facility soon enough. That'll bring new opportunities to clash and reflect on the past. At one point, Phyllis will suddenly get quite ill as Sharon questions her. Since Phyllis will seemingly get hit with a wave of nausea, will that happen because of the kidnapper? It's possible the captor will manage to drug Phyllis into feeling this way, but it's also possible she'll pretend she's sick and fake her collapse. It might be a trick in hopes of convincing the kidnapper that Phyllis needs medical help. Whatever the case, RI and our predictions point to Phyllis and Sharon's nightmare getting worse before it gets better. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Sharon and Phyllis will keep working to find out who's responsible for their ordeal, so stick with us for more news on the mastermind. We'll have other great Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates to check out, so make us your favorite way and our hotspot. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Jolie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers preview video for the week of March 10 to 14 reveals that Phyllis Summers will get sick in captivity, while Alan Laurent hints at a marriage proposal and shocks Traci Abbott. Y&R's weekly promo kicks off with Alan, Traci, Jack Abbott, and Diane Jenkins Abbott sitting around a table at the GCAC. As the four of them enjoy dinner together, Traci will sing Alan's praises and make a sweet admission. Whenever Traci looks at Alan, she'll insist she's reminded of what it's like to be completely happy. Alan will feel just as blissful, so he'll make a confession of his own. "If I thought I had a shot, I'd ask you to marry me right now," Alan says in my and R's weekly preview video. Traci will be shocked to learn Alan feels that way, but she probably wouldn't mind if this turned into an actual marriage proposal. Will Traci give Alan the green light to go ahead and pop the question? Next, let's talk about Claire Newman, since she'll order a drink that's a little strong for her taste. After Claire takes a sip of her presumably shaken, not stirred martini, she'll guess James Bond must be a little tougher than her. Somehow, I doubt that, Holden Novak says as he overhears and joins Claire in the promo clip. It's easy to imagine Summer Newman ruining Claire and Kyle Abbott's upcoming date, so that could be why Claire ends up alone at the GCAC bar. That could also be why Holden has a chance to flirt, so Claire may be caught off guard. Even if Claire updates Holden on the fact that she's taken, his interest in her could eventually lead to trouble. In captivity, Sharon Newman will sense that something's wrong, so Phyllis will admit she's suddenly feeling nauseous. Will the captor taint the coffee or something else Phyllis consumes? Could Phyllis get drugged into feeling this way, or could this be some sort of ploy for freedom? The Young and the Restless spoilers say Phyllis and Sharon's hostage drama will come with plenty of shocking news, so we'll bring you more predictions on how things will turn out for them. It's where you want to be for fantastic Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, so stop by frequently. Brace yourselves, the Young and the Restless fans, because Genoa City is about to be set on fire with backstabbing, revenge, and a mystery that could change everything. Claire and Summer's bitter feud reaches dangerous new heights. Phyllis and Sharon reignite their decades-old war, and a dark threat is lurking in the shadows, ready to strike when no one expects it. Who will come out on top, and who will be left picking up the pieces? Let's dive into the chaos. Claire versus Summer, the ultimate showdown. The tension between Claire and Summer has been simmering for weeks, but now it's about to explode. Ever since Claire Newman's redemption arc began, she's been trying to prove she's changed. But Summer Newman isn't buying it, and she's on a mission to make sure Claire is exposed for the snake she truly is. The final straw? Claire getting closer to Kyle Abbott. Summer sees it as a betrayal, and she's not afraid to play dirty to keep Claire away from Kyle and the Abbott family. But Claire isn't backing down either. She's done being the town's punching bag, and she's about to fight fire with fire. Will this rivalry turn deadly? If Summer pushes Claire too far, we might see a side of Claire that no one is ready for. Phyllis versus Sharon, old enemies, new war. If you thought Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman had buried the hatchet, think again. These two fierce women are back at each other's throats, and this time, it's personal. Sources say the drama ignites when Phyllis digs up dirt on Sharon's past, looking for a way to bring her down once and for all. But Sharon is no pushover. She's survived worse, and she's ready to remind Phyllis why she should never be underestimated. Is Phyllis about to cross a dangerous line, and will Sharon strike back in a way that no one sees coming? One thing is for sure, Genoa City hasn't seen a rivalry this intense in years. A mysterious threat looms. Who's in danger? Just when you thought things couldn't get any crazier, a dark force is moving through Genoa City. Strange incidents, anonymous warnings, and unsettling whispers hint that someone, or something, is coming for one of the town's biggest power players. Could this be linked to an old enemy returning for revenge? Is there a hidden villain pulling the strings behind the scenes? Or is someone we trust hiding a dangerous secret? Rumors suggest that one major character could be in serious danger, but who each? And will they survive what's coming? What's next? A week of must-see drama. With emotions running high and tensions at a breaking point, this week on The Young and the Restless will leave fans shocked, speechless, and desperate for more. The Young and the Restless recap for Friday, March 7, reveals that Diane Jenkins Abbott will save Claire Newman and Kyle Abbott's state. Jack Abbott will also suspect Summer Newman's reunion wish. So let's discuss what's ahead in Genoa City. At Crimson Lights, Audra Charles will keep her guard up with Holden Novak, who'll push for friendship and open up about Damian Kane having a temper. Holden will admit it's tough to balance Damian being both his boss and his friend. It'll take some convincing, but Holden will ultimately talk Audra into having lunch with him before his flight back to Los Angeles. At the GCAC, Nate Hastings will talk to Damian about giving Amy Lewis some hope before the conversation shifts to what Nate remembers about their biological father. Damian and Nate will bond a bit before Holden shows up with Audra on Friday's My and Our episode. After Damian realizes Holden has delayed his return flight to La, he'll pull him aside and scold him. Damian will basically act like Holden shouldn't be enjoying playtime with his ex, especially when Audra's dating Nate. Holden will take a jab about Damian's interest in Lily Winters, Christo Khalil, so that'll add to Damian's anger. In the end, Damian will push Holden to get back to LA for urgent business, so Holden will have to take a rain check on his lunch with Audra. However, Nate will be suspicious after watching Audra and Holden interact, so he'll push Audra to tell him what's really going on between them. At the coffee house, Diane will realize Kyle canceled a date night with Claire because Summer's going to be busy on a Tokyo call. Diane will come to Kyle's rescue by offering to babysit Harrison Abbott, so Kyle will thank her and agree to call Claire about the change of plans. At Society, Jack will bump into Summer, who will mention how supportive Kyle has been during this missing Phyllis Summers ordeal. Summer will talk about reconnecting with Kyle, so Jack will wonder what exactly she means by that. After Summer clarifies that she doesn't mean romantically, she'll talk about feeling like a teen with Kyle again. Summer will think that Claire going to work at Chancellor is a huge part of that and will suggest it's the best thing that could have happened for her family. Talk will turn to Victor Newman and the Newman-Abbott feud, so Jack will make a prediction about not letting Harrison be affected by the drama. Since Summer will continue to play up her connection to Kyle, Jack will make an admission to Diane later. After Diane says they're on Harrison babysitting duty, Jack will get updates on Claire and Kyle's upcoming date. That'll lead to Jack confessing his nagging suspicion that Summer wants Kyle back. At the Newman Ranch, Claire will want Victor to be honest about whether he's pushing Summer to reunite with Kyle. Victor will deny it and basically promise he's not rooting for any Abbott-Newman romances. Victor will wonder if Claire's questioning things because deep down she knows her relationship with Kyle is a mistake, but Claire will be secure in her feelings for him. Claire will understand that Victor disapproves, but she'll warn him not to make any moves to prove his point. Victor will agree that Claire can make her own decisions just as long as she knows where he stands. Afterward, Victor will glare nearby as Claire takes Kyle's phone call and learns their date night is back on. At the coffee house, Summer will eavesdrop on Kyle getting tonight's plans with Claire back on track, and she won't look happy about that news. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Claire and Kyle's relationship will continue to stir up Summer's jealousy, so stay tuned to see what she'll do next. We'll have all the scorching Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, so make us your top Y and R source. The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest that some wedding crasher chaos could be ahead in Genoa City. Will someone derail Traci Abbott and Alan Lawrence's big day? I and R's preview video for the week of March 10 to 14 hints that marriage may be on the horizon for Alan and Traci. Since these two have fallen so hard for each other, it makes sense for them to tie the knot and live happily ever after, at least as long as happily ever after lasts on a soap. Of course, weddings don't always go off without a hitch in GC. Could Traci and Alan's nuptials come with a surprise interruption and perhaps bring an uninvited guest? There are some good options to consider depending on how soapy Y and R wants to get here. Martin Laurent is believed to be deceased following his balcony tumble in France, but people have managed to survive worse on the CBS soap. It would definitely be an interesting twist if Martin somehow came back from the grave and tried to ruin his twin brother's happiness. After the way Ian Ward was revealed to be alive in that ambulance, anything can happen. There's nothing too far-fetched in Genoa City, so no one can rule out Martin's survival too. There was a time when Y&R offered hints about Martin potentially being alive and duping Traci with an Alan act. Since then, the show seems to have dropped that potential angle, though it could come back around. Even if one twin really is going for good, is there still a chance Traci's been falling for the wrong guy? If Martin took over Alan's life again, his true identity might get exposed at the wedding. However, we should consider other paths to juicy wedding day drama. Ashley Abbott's altars may not be gone permanently, So what if one of them resurfaces for a shocker at the nuptials? Even Tucker McCall might be an option since his name has come up so much recently. Whether Street John reprises the role or a recast takes over, we could imagine Tucker crashing another Abbott family event. Whatever the case, we're certainly rooting for Traci to get the bliss she deserves, but it's wise to expect the unexpected when it comes to soap weddings. Our predictions suggest that Alan, Traci, and their guests could possibly face some surprises. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Alan and Traci will gear up for their next chapter, so we'll bring you updates on any stunning news ahead. We'll have other exciting Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates to check out, so make us your favorite hotspot. In the world of intrigue and conspiracy on The Young and the Restless, it's no surprise that someone like Michael Baldwin could be the mastermind behind the kidnapping of Phyllis Newman and Sharon Newman. Not only did this come as a shock to the characters involved, but it also left viewers wondering if Phyllis and Sharon's relationship was really as simple as it seemed. Michael, as a shrewd lawyer, has always had a knack for seeing through tangled relationships and finding ways to exploit them. But the reason behind the kidnapping was related to the long-standing hatred between Phyllis and Sharon, two women who were once bitter rivals, and was the key to Michael creating a game that no one could have foreseen. The long-term feud between Phyllis and Sharon has always placed them on opposite sides of every situation. Although both were strong, independent women who always tried to protect their families, their relationship was haunted by jealousy and unhealed wounds. Phyllis could not forget the pain Sharon had caused her son Daniel. This left a deep scar in Phyllis's heart, as she always believed that Sharon was not only not innocent, but also the one who had harmed her son. At a crucial moment when Sharon was suspected of Heather's murder, Phyllis was extremely angry when Michael decided to side with Sharon instead of his family. Although Sharon was not truly guilty, her participation in the plot to frame Daniel was something Phyllis could not forgive. Furthermore, Sharon's dumping of Heather's body in the river added to Phyllis's anger toward her. This was not only an act of personal revenge, but also a warning that Sharon was not the innocent woman Phyllis once thought she was. Michael, the mastermind with his intelligence and sharp vision, has always been a scheming figure in complex cases. However, in this kidnapping case, Michael seemed to have crossed all the boundaries of a lawyer who only knew justice. In fact, Michael had a special relationship with both Phyllis and Sharon. He was not only the one who protected Phyllis in difficult situations, but also the one who made the important decision to take on Sharon's case after Heather's death. However, when Sharon was caught up in a series of crimes, Michael stood by her. But why did Michael act like that? Why did he decide to leave Sharon and Phyllis trapped together in an abandoned mental institution, where neither could easily escape? The answer may lie in Michael's deep understanding of the relationship between the two women. He knows that Phyllis and Sharon, despite their differences, have an undeniable connection. My and our alum, Pamela Bach Hasselhoff, has died. Pick credit, SimageCollect.com/StarMax Worldwide. Former The Young and the Restless star Pamela Bach Hasselhoff has died at 62. News broke earlier today that Pamela, the ex-wife of fellow Lie and our alum, David Hasselhoff, passed away. According to TMZ, Pamela died by suicide and was discovered by family members on Wednesday night. The outlet reported that family members had gone to Pamela's house after not hearing from her for days. Pamela was found at home with a self-inflicted gunshot wound and pronounced dead on the scene. The sad news of Pamela's death has some The Young and the Restless fans wondering who she played on the CBS soap. Who did Pamela Bach Hasselhoff play on Young and the Restless? Longtime viewers of Y and R will recall Pamela originated the role of Mary Jo Mason on the show. Mary Jo, also known as Mary Lynn, came to Genoa City in 1994 as a mystery woman. Pamela debuted as Mary Jo, but her time on the CBS soap was very short-lived. Actress Diana Barton took over as Mary Jo just a few weeks into the character's debut. Mary Jo was the head of Bach Cosmetics' art department. Mary Jo was a con artist who got involved with Jack and his son Chemo. The character was eventually institutionalized after she tried to kill Victor and kidnapped Christine. At the time of her short stint on My and R, Pamela was married to David, who, as fans know, played Snapper Foster on the show. Snapper is the older brother of Jill. My and R alum David Hasselhoff breaks silence on ex-wife Pamela Bach Hasselhoff's death. After news of Pamela's death broke, David released a statement via social media. "Our family is deeply saddened by the recent passing of Pamela Hasselhoff. We are grateful for the outpouring of love and support during this difficult time, but we kindly request privacy as we grieve and navigate through this challenging time," he expressed in an X. Pamela and David were married from 1989 to 2006, but their divorce was dragged out over spousal support and not finalized until 2017. They shared 2 daughters, Haley and Taylor. In 2024, David and Pamela became grandparents when Haley welcomed her first child, a daughter. Hollywood and the soap opera world are reeling from the heartbreaking news of the young and the restless alum Pamela Bach Hasselhoff's untimely death. The former actress, best known to daytime fans as the original Mary Jo Mason in the mid-1990s, has passed away at the age of 62 in a shocking and tragic manner. A devastating loss shakes the entertainment world. The devastating news was first reported by TMZ, revealing that Bach Hasselhoff died by suicide on March 5. Her lifeless body was discovered after concerned family members requested a wellness check by law enforcement. Authorities confirmed she had succumbed to a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Shockingly, no suicide note was found, leaving behind haunting questions about what led to this tragic decision. Her ex-husband, Baywatch legend David Hasselhoff, confirmed the news to the media, leaving fans heartbroken over the tragic loss of a woman once celebrated for her talent and beauty. From stardom to tragedy, a life in the spotlight. Pamela Bach Hasselhoff was no stranger to success, quickly making a name for herself in Hollywood. Her early career saw her land roles in hit shows such as T.G. Hooker, Cheers, and The Fall Guy. However, it was her appearance in just one episode of Knight Rider that changed her life forever. It led to an on- and off-screen romance with David Hasselhoff. The pair married in 1989, and just a year later, they welcomed their first daughter, Taylor Ann, now 34. Their second daughter, Haley, followed in 1992. Despite continuing her acting career with roles in The Young and the Restless, Baywatch, and Baywatch Nights, her personal life took turbulent turns, ultimately leading to her tragic end. A haunting coincidence in soap opera history. In a strange twist of fate, both Pamela and her ex-husband left their marks on The Young and the Restless. Hasselhoff portrayed Dr. Snapper Foster from 1975 to 1982, while Bach originated the role of Mary Jo Mason before being replaced by Diana Barton. Fans have been left in shock over the eerie connection that now ties the former couple in both life and death. A family in mourning, a silent goodbye. As the world processes the shocking news, Bach's daughters have remained silent, mourning their mother in private. However, Haley shared a subtle yet powerful tribute via Instagram, a throwback image of her parents at the 1996 opening of Jurassic Park. The ride, accompanied by a simple white heart emoji. In the photo, Pamela radiates happiness, her infectious smile forever frozen in time, a stark contrast to the tragic circumstances of her passing. Seeking help in the face of tragedy. Pamela Bach Hasselhoff's heartbreaking end is a stark reminder of the silent battles many face behind closed doors. If you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is available 24/7. Dial 988, text STRENGTH to 741,741, or visit 988lifeline.org for support. As Hollywood mourns, fans remember Pamela Bach Hasselhoff not for her tragic ending, but for the legacy she leaves behind. A career filled with memorable roles and a life that, despite its challenges, shined brightly in the spotlight. Genoa City is no stranger to jaw-dropping revelations, but this latest bombshell is set to shake the young and the restless to its core. Elena Dawson has just dropped a truth so shocking that it could destroy relationships, spark fiery confrontations, and change lives forever. A suspicious test results in a game-changing discovery. For weeks, fans have been speculating about the strange tension between Elena and Nathan after she stumbled upon what seemed like an innocent mistake in Damian's DNA test results. At first, she dismissed it as a clerical error. After all, mistakes happen. But something didn't sit right with her. When she decided to dig deeper, what she found left her speechless. The DNA results were wrong, but not in the way anyone expected. Damian, whom everyone believed to be Nathan's son, isn't his child at all. Instead, the real father is none other than Nate Hastings, Nathan's own half-brother. The fallout? A family on the brink of collapse. This revelation is bound to ignite a firestorm within the Hastings family. Nathan has raised Damian as his own, believing he was his biological son. The betrayal will hit him like a freight train, not only because of the false paternity, but because it means someone knew the truth and kept it hidden. The big question now is, did Elena just uncover a cover-up? Who else knew about this devastating secret? Could Audra have played a role in keeping this under wraps, knowing full well the chaos it would cause? And most importantly, how will Nate react when he finds out he has a son he never knew existed? Elena's dilemma: speak now or forever hold the truth. Elena is torn between exposing the truth immediately and protecting those involved. If she tells Nathan, she risks breaking his heart and shattering his trust forever. If she confronts Nate, she could be unleashing a war between brothers that could turn bitter fast. Adding another layer of drama, could this shocking twist drive a wedge between Nate and Victoria? If Nate has a son, will Victoria step aside, or will she fight to keep him at any cost? What happens next? With so many lives hanging in the balance, this revelation is bound to have ripple effects across Genoa City. Will Nathan fight to keep Damian despite the truth? Will Nate step up and claim his son? And just how deep does this deception go? One thing is certain, this scandal is far from over. Keep watching The Young and the Restless, because the truth is about to explode, and the fallout will be unforgettable. On the March 6 episode of The Young and the Restless, Devin thought he could get Damian to spill his secrets by playing nice and talking about everything they have in common, including not finding out about their biological fathers until they were grown men. Damian listened politely, but kept playing his cards close to the vest. He reached out to Amy to show that he was a good son, but Devin and Lily still suspect more is going on than their new kind of cousin is letting on. Could this be Damian's big secret and his silent partner? Close to home, Devin is suspicious that Damian may not be in Genoa City simply to reconcile with his dying mother. Damian is a businessman. Damian appears to be a somewhat shifty businessman. What does he really want, and how does he plan to get it? Center square. The answer to any my and our question is always Victor. Victor must be at the center of all stories, so it stands to reason that he will be at the center of this one. Obviously, Damian wants to take over Newman. Something. Industries, enterprises, media. There are so many Newman businesses to choose from. And how does he plan to do it? Forgotten family. Victor is always on the lookout for one of his children breaking ranks, thinking they can outsmart him, and trying to topple Victor as the once and future king of the hill. That's why he's got his eye on Victoria Nicholas and Adam. What's that you say? Victor has another child. Who? Oh, do you mean Abby? Ah, yes, the vessel for Victor's grandson, Dominic. Of course, Victor remembers Abby. What a sweet, pliant, boring girl she is. No trouble at all. Victor never has to give Abby a moment's thought. Maybe he should. Team time. Won't Victor and Divin be surprised if it turns out Abby has been scheming behind their backs with Damian? She is using him to take over Newman and prove to everyone who ignored her that Abby Newman Abbott Hamilton is a force to be reckoned with. The drama on The Young and the Restless just got a whole lot more intense with the arrival of Damian, a mysterious and intriguing new character shaking things up in Genoa City. But who is the man behind the role? Jermaine Rivers, a seasoned actor with an impressive resume, is bringing Damian to life, and fans are already buzzing about his impact on the show. From his action-packed roles to his journey into the world of soap operas, here's everything you need to know about the talented Jermaine Rivers. Who is Jermaine Rivers? A star on the rise. If Jermaine Rivers looks familiar, there's a good reason for that. This multi-talented actor has made waves in both television and film, earning recognition for his commanding screen presence and versatility. Best known for his roles in The Gifted, MacGyver, and Dynasty, Rivers has built a career on playing strong, complex characters that leave a lasting impression. But now, stepping into the soap opera world, he's about to show a whole new side of his talent. And let's be honest, The Young and the Restless knows how to bring in powerhouse performers who keep fans hooked. Who is Damian, and why is he shaking up Genoa City? Not much has been revealed about Damian's true intentions just yet, but one thing is clear, he isn't here to play nice. With a commanding presence and an air of mystery, Damian is already causing waves. Speculation is running wild about how he's connected to the show's biggest players. Is he a long-lost relative of a powerful Genoa City family? A corporate shark with plans to take over a major company? Or could he be tied to a dark secret from someone's past? One thing is for sure, Damian's presence will change the game. And with Jermaine Rivers in the role, you can bet it's going to be explosive. Jermaine Rivers' road to Genoa City. Jermaine Rivers' journey to daytime television has been nothing short of remarkable. Before becoming an actor, he served in the U.S. Army, an experience that instilled in him the discipline and work ethic that would later propel him in Hollywood. His transition into acting was seamless, and he quickly gained recognition for his performances in action-packed and dramatic roles. His ability to bring intensity and depth to his characters is what makes him a perfect fit for The Young and the Restless. Soap operas demand actors who can deliver powerful, emotionally charged performances, and Rivers is more than up to the challenge. Why fans should keep their eyes on Damian? Soap fans know that when a new character arrives with this much intrigue, it usually means drama is about to reach new heights. Will Damian become a ruthless villain, a secret ally, a love interest who turns someone's world upside down? No matter what happens, Jermaine Rivers is set to deliver a performance that will have fans talking for months to come. Final thoughts. A game changer for The Young and the Restless. Jermaine Rivers' arrival on The Young and the Restless is exactly what the show needs to keep things fresh and unpredictable. With his talent and screen presence, Damian is destined to be a character that shakes things up in a big way.